All my pre-season training and preparation for the start of the 2025 race season is now complete. Now it's down to the last week before we basket for the first race. It's this Sunday evening after their group toss at 105 kilometres. It's Sunday. Normally I would have tossed them on a Saturday, but it was wet yesterday. So I'm going to try and take you through what I do in this final week leading up to that first race. Now this is that mix I make up. I showed you in one of the other videos. The only difference is I've got hold of some brewer's yeast, so that's been added to it. There's also quite a lot of peas in this mix, just to build them up a bit after their toss today. So this is what I'll feed them, and I'll give them all they can eat Sunday night. They had all they could eat today when they come home from the toss. There were some late ones, so they probably didn't get all they want, but you can see they're not very hungry. A couple of pigeons not even bothering to eat, so it won't take too much to fill them up. That's the cocks. Once again, like the hens, they're eating, but you can see they're not really hungry. A couple of birds not even bothering to come down. They had all they could eat today when they come home. They went up this morning, what was it, 8:36, and they're home at 9:52. There were some late ones. Couldn't have been too many. I haven't been through them yet. I don't know whether they're all here or not, so I'll go through them in the next day or two. I haven't put any electronic rings on them all yet. Got to do that as well. So I'll feed them up tonight and we'll start their weekly preparation for next weekend's first race. Monday morning, get the birds out. Croppings look pretty good. Maybe a little bit bigger than what you want, but they're not race fit at the moment. Flag up. Pigeons have left the area. They're usually gone 15-20 minutes of a morning. See how long they take before they come back. In the meantime, I'll change the water, clean the lofts, and get ready. Monday morning, I put some Origo stim in the water along with some cell guard. Origo stim, cell guard, just an acid product. Doesn't do much, but it's part of my routine, so I do it. We'll give the loft a bit of a clean out while they're out flying. A bit of a scrape. Turn good food into crap, don't they? I'll bother showing you all of this. It's the cox section. You can see all the individual boxes. Most of the droppings are pretty good. Give these a quick clean out. Do the rest of the loft. It's been 35 minutes since I let them out. They're back around the loft, but they're still going for a bit of a fly. It's a bit of a cooler morning this morning. Anyway, I'll take that flag down and let them come down. Normally, when my pigeons are on song, I take that flag down and they're in the loft right behind me. This lot are not doing that this year. They're taking longer to come down. It'll be interesting to see if that's reflected in their trapping. I like them to come down and go in as quick as possible so that they do the same thing on race day. We'll just have to wait and see. This last little group that don't come down, they're the worry. They don't usually do that, but this year they are. There's always a little group that doesn't want to come down. Well, they come down, but they don't want to come straight down, which is what I would like to see them do. There's nothing more frustrating than having pigeons come home from a race and fly round and round and round before coming down. And they're doing what they're doing here. That's the type of thing they just might do when we have that race. And they'll come now. It's only maybe a minute or two behind the others, but races are won by seconds, not minutes. We'll get to and feed these pigeons. I showed before, I feed them with these little containers. Work out how many containers they want. When they're really hungry, they're eating about 4 of those. So we'll see how we go today. It's Monday, like I said. My idea is to maintain their appetite during the week, but slowly build them up towards the weekend. So they haven't been separated yet, and they've learnt, some of the hens have learnt to go over the cock side, and some of the cocks have learnt to come over here in the hens. Okay. Now, yesterday afternoon they were fed all they could eat. Had a reasonably good appetite this morning. I haven't counted them since yesterday's group toss, but looking at that, I see most of them are here. Cock side, cocks look a little bit hungrier than the hens, I'd say. But once again, looks like they're all pretty much here. So we go back and get another 2 tins. I deliberately walk back and forward. A bit of exercise, but it also means I feed them the way I want to feed them. Make sure they eat everything in each tin before they get the next tin. Okay, tin number 2. Yeah, their appetite is definitely not what I'd want it to be. I'd be looking for them to be a little bit hungrier than this. They're actually 1 day out of the sequence. We had to toss on Sunday because of the rain on Saturday. So they're 1 day in front of where I'd want them to be. So that's tin number 2. The cocks. Tin number 2 for them. They're all eating. They're not overly hungry, which is not surprising because they had all they could eat yesterday when they come home from that group toss, and again last night. They had their special mix last night, their vitamins and minerals. Sunday night. Alright, look at tin 3. I can't see them eating tin 4 today. I'll be looking at better appetite than that. I don't want to spoil their appetite. I want them to maintain that appetite. Okay, tin number 3. It's 3 per side. Yeah, a lot of the pigeons are giving away the eating. This will be all they get this side. Definitely won't be going to 4 tins. Couple of birds up there giving it away. Didn't quite give them a full tin that time. Cock side. A little bit hungrier than the hens. Cocks look a little bit hungrier than the hens. but so I've given them a full third tin. That's going to be it. There's the cock up there has stopped eating. Other one there is flowing up. So yeah, they've had enough for today. So that's Monday morning's feed finished. Pigeons have finished eating, so we'll separate them now, hens and cocks. Like I said, there's some cocks now I've learnt to come over here. Cock up there. Come on. Come on. There. Cock. Cock there. Okay. Come on, boys, over your own side. Most of them run over now. They've learnt they've got to go over their own side. So they self-separate pretty well. There's always a few that are going to hide somewhere and hope I don't see them. Like that there is hesitant, that one there is hesitant. Look around, see if there's any other cocks. Hide cock there. He's over. Another cock there. Get him over. There's a big pencilly pied cock over there in the corner. He's always over here and he hopes that I don't see him. He does it every day. There's a cock there too. Come on. Okay, that looks to be all the cocks out of here. Okay, girls. Hide hen up in the corner there. Her and a cock have got together. Hope you can see that up there. That's a hen in there with a cock. They go in these boxes. They pair up like that, which is what you want. Give them that motivation to come home quick. Come on, girls. This little pencil hen is also a problem hen. Come on. In there, in there. Now, my money, it's more important to make sure there's not a hen with the cocks rather than a cock over with the hens. So that's what I like to be extra careful, have an extra good look around and see if there are any hens over here. Because it keeps the cocks stimulated all day rather than resting, and I don't want that. So that's that. The hens and cocks are separated. The only other thing I do on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'll get them a small handful of grit and put it there on the floor. They've got their grit pot there, which I top up every Saturday. And every Monday and Tuesday I give them a handful of mixed grit. Redstone and grit, etc. I love that bit of grit after their morning feed. Every Monday and Tuesday I do that. Just after the morning feed, just a handful of grit and redstone. Don't do it after Tuesday. It's Monday afternoon. Birds are out for their afternoon fly. I'm looking for 30 or 40 minutes, morning and afternoon. The pigeons are all in Monday afternoon. I won't feed them now, I will separate them. And then I'll come back out and feed them at 6 p.m. Okay, Monday night. After these pigeons fed. Come on, girls. Come on then. Check on that appetite. They're all down eating. Got an appetite, probably reasonable. Let's have a look at the cocks. Come on, boys. The boys are definitely hungrier than the girls. It's about how I'd like them to be. Mind you, that red cock there is not eating. That's not a good sign. Anyway, that's tin number 1. Tin number 2. Definitely don't have the appetite that I would like. And they're not eating. A couple over there finished eating. They look alright, but their appetite's not right. Cocks are better. So that's tin number 2. Tin number 3. And I haven't given them all of the tin. Kept a little bit back like this morning. Yeah. They've had enough. Just don't have the right appetite. Might be going off a bit. Cocks are definitely better than the hens. Got a proper appetite. There's a few watery droppings there which I like. In the evening tells me that their crops are empty and they're passing water. I like the cocks a lot more than the hens. I think I'll be racing a team of cocks this weekend. I'll give them this little bit left here that I didn't give to the hens. And I'll leave it at that. So they're not too hungry. Still a few giving it away. Yeah, that'll be more than enough. Give them this last little bit. Yeah, that'll be plenty. That's it for Monday night. I've gone away from my normal mixes. A friend and I decided to buy a ton of pigeon mix from AGM, Alla Grain and Milling. I say I'm very pleased with the quality of the grain. There's a lot more sorghum in there than what I normally feed. So I'll add some wheat and barley, linseed, rapeseed, some brown rice, and make up a mixture similar to what I normally use. Add more corn and peas when necessary during the year. Should make life a little bit easier. So I've added extra grains to it. This is what I've ended up with. Put some veg and stuff into it as well. Some of those pellets. Pigeons did their 45-50 minutes this morning. Got them all in. So this is Tuesday morning. Tin number 1, Tuesday morning. Yeah, much better appetite this morning. There's tin 1 in the hens, tin 1 for the cocks. They're about the same. They look hungry, all eating. So that's tin 1, so this will be tin number 2. Definitely an improvement in their appetite. They look much better this morning, Tuesday morning. The cocks again. Tin 2 for them. Definite improvement in their appetite. This has been the fact that I tossed them on the Sunday rather than the Saturday. Changes the routine. That's why I like to only toss once a week on the Saturday. So that's tin 2 and they're still eating well. This will be tin number 3. Yeah, they're definitely hungrier. Tin 3 for the hens. Tin 3 for the cocks. Obviously hungry. Yeah, cocks are definitely hungry. Eating their food. All pigeons are down. This will be tin number 4, but I'm not going to give them a full tin. I think they're pretty well done. Yeah, so that's 3 and a bit tins. Tuesday morning. They are all still eating. Definitely an improvement in their appetite. That's the hens. When I say that's the hens, there's obviously cocks in amongst the hens because I haven't separated. It's 3.5 tins for them. Yeah, and they're all still eating, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm happy with that. That'll be it for Tuesday. Let's see how we go this afternoon. Or when I say Tuesday, Tuesday morning. See how we go this afternoon. The pigeons did 55 minutes this afternoon. Mainly panic flying because a goshawk hit the loft, but I managed to get them in. This video is getting so long, you're going to need a 6-pack and a cut lunch just to watch it. So I'm cutting some of the processes out. I've already given these like their first 2 tins. I'm very happy with their appetite. So this is actually the 3rd tin. So you can see their appetite is much better. That's the 3rd tin. There's one hen up there that's decided she's had enough, but everyone else is eating well. 3rd tin for the cocks, and they too are very hungry, eating well. A couple of cocks probably had enough, but I'll definitely go on and feed him a little bit more tonight, being Tuesday night. So this is the 4th tin. A lot of them are stopping, but I'll give them a little bit more being Tuesday. So that's about 3.5 tins. A few pigeons giving it away. Most of them are still eating every grain in front of them. So that's the cocks. That's their 4th tin. I actually gave them that little bit extra they left over from the hens as well, because there are about 8 or 9 more cocks than hens. So I'm pretty happy that that's enough for Tuesday night. I might add, this is a new mix that I'm trying. Wednesday morning, I've already given them their first 2 tinfuls. They did a very fast 40 minutes this morning. I was very pleased with them, but then they did another 15 minutes of nervous flying around the loft. They're still worried about that goshawk that hit the loft twice yesterday afternoon. Their appetite has gone down. I made a mistake last night, Tuesday night. I fed them a little bit more than what I should have. It would have been fine if it was a Thursday night basketing, but not for a Friday night basketing. So this is the 3rd tin. So they've still got an appetite, they're still eating. But if we look up there, you see there's pigeons that don't really want to eat. It feels as though they've had enough with just the 2 tins. So that's where I made that mistake by giving them that 4th tin, or part of that 4th tin last night. That's the hens. So that's the cocks. As usual, they've got a little bit better appetite than the hens. But yeah, I gave them just a little bit too much on Tuesday night. So we'll see. I'll go through 3 tins today. Might just leave it at 3 tins for Wednesday morning. Feed them a bit more tonight. It's Wednesday evening. The pigeons did their 30 minutes this afternoon. I'm still having trouble getting them to come down, land on the loft. They're still worried about that goshawk, even though it hasn't been around. They've had their first 2 tins. I did give them some flaxseed oil, some minerals and vitamin powder on their first tinful. So this will be the 3rd tinful. Their appetite's quite good for this time of the week, or this day of the week. So that's the 3rd tinful for the hens. They're still eating. A couple have just about stopped. That's the 3rd tinful for the cocks. As usual, the cocks look hungrier than the hens, much keener to eat. So I'll definitely be giving them another tinful. The best part of a tinful. This is the 4th tinful for the hens. So I've given them half a tin. I can start to build them up a bit more from now on. Thursday tomorrow. A few pigeons that have stopped eating. A few more going for water. So you can see they've had plenty to eat. This is the cocks for the 4th tin. So I've given the cocks a full tin. Definitely hungrier than the hens. And like I said, there's 8 or 9 more cocks than hens. So you can see they've had plenty to eat. This is the hens. A little bit of food left after their 4th tin. 3.5 tins actually. Not much left. So they're fully fed. Just the cocks, they're finishing their 4th tin. They've had a full tin, a full 4th tin. Once again though, they've had enough. Slowing right down, just a little bit left in the trays, which they'll finish off. So that'll be it for Wednesday evening. The loft lights, they stay on till 7:30. They go off at 7:30. The hallway lights, they stay on till 7:40, give the pigeons a chance to find their perches, and the blinds are down during winter time. Right, it's Thursday morning. They've had their first 2 tins again. It's the hens. This is the 3rd tin. So that's the 3rd tin. They've still got an appetite. There's the odd pigeon flying up, the odd pigeon giving it away. So they're pretty much where I want them to be. I want them to be full up by tomorrow, basketing day tomorrow night. That's the hens. 3rd tin for the cocks. Cocks as usual are more or hungrier than the hens. I'm probably a little bit behind. I probably should have given them a little bit more last night, but it's only a 160-kilometre race this weekend. First race, they'll be fine. 4th tin over the hen side. I only gave them about 3/4 of that 4th tin. I've given the cocks the full tin, the 4th tin, the full one. Just about had enough. A few pigeons starting to give it away. So I've got the 4th tin, oh sorry, the 5th tin here now, but you can see over the hen side they've finished eating. A little bit left in the trays. They'll just finish that off over the next 5-10 minutes. So that'll be the hens fed Thursday morning. 5th tin for the cocks. See, they're pretty much finished. I might just give them a touch more. And a few of their more popular grains in there. So brought a few more back to have something to eat. I'm pretty happy that they're full up. They've had enough to eat. Pigeons giving it away everywhere. So that'll be enough for the cocks. It's Thursday morning feeding finished. It's Thursday evening, and once again the pigeons have already had 2 tinfuls. So this will be the 3rd tin. So that's the 3rd tin on Thursday evening. You can see there's quite a few pigeons giving away eating, which is about what I want. I wanted to satisfy their appetite by Thursday evening. I will feed them again tomorrow, Friday. I would point out that I'm not a sprint flyer. I like the day races, particularly the all day on the day races, and all my feeding and preparation is aimed towards those races. Although now that I'm getting near the end of my racing career, I am looking at the 2nd day races, but that's another story. So you can see those pigeons there, 3 tins, and they're flat out finishing it, which is where I want them to be Thursday evening. This is the 3rd tin over in the cock side. There are some hens and cocks over on the wrong side. I haven't separated them on Thursday evening. I left them together for a little while. A little bit more stimulation. The cocks are eating their feed, 3rd tin. They're still cocks that have given it away. So they're pretty well full up. Well, you can see that they're not hungry anymore. They've been satisfied. Their bodies are full of energy. They don't need to eat anymore. The problem you always have with pigeons is that they've got a crop, and the crop doesn't tell them when they've had enough to eat. They'll just keep filling that crop up, even if they don't need the food. So these lot here have been satisfied, 3 tins. And they're flat out finishing it on Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening. It's Friday morning, basketing day. I let these pigeons out this morning. I always let them out on basketing morning, but I don't put the flag up. They left the area for about 15 minutes. When they come back and noticed the flag wasn't up, they all came down, all except that one little group that like to fool around. Now these have had their first 2 tinfuls. I have separated hens and cocks because they're not all that hungry, and they're not going to really eat if they're distracted by members of the opposite sex. So this is tin number 3. Well, you can see they're still eating. Friday morning, basketing morning, fed them all they could eat yesterday. They left a little bit of feed in the trays, but still got an appetite this morning. So that's the 3rd tin for the hens, and that's the 3rd tin for the cocks. And once again, their appetite's good. Certainly not starving, but their appetite is good. So we'll get another tin full. Okay, so this is the 4th tin. I'm a bit surprised that they are still hungry. They were fed last night until we left some grains in the trays. But if they still want a little bit more, I'll give it to them. So that's about half a tin. 3.5 tins. A few flying up now. They've had enough. A couple up there. I think they've had enough. I'll leave them, have a look at the cocks. The cocks have still got a good appetite. That's the 4th tin. They usually would have had enough by now, but they're extra hungry. It is an extra cool, or it was an extra cold night last night, for Brisbane that is. Down to 15 degrees or something. That's cold for us. Mind you, middle of winter it'll get down to 8. And a few pigeons have given it away after that 4th tin. Being just a 160 kilometre race tomorrow, I'll probably leave it at that, but I will feed them again this afternoon, late this afternoon. So we'll see what they like then. Federation transporter. Asking the pigeons up. Very few flyers here tonight. There's the crates they're going to go in. Saturday morning, first race. I've got 30 birds away at the race point, and all the rest have gone on a 105k toss, so there's no race birds left in the loft. It's overcast this morning. There were some showers in the area, but it's expected to clear to a fine day. So all we got to do now is wait. Here's the first lot of pigeons from the training toss. I'll let these droppers out, see if they help. Not really, not coming down very well at all. Come on then, come on. Come on. Some more coming back up high there. We're waiting for them to come down. A few spots of rain falling. But it's starting to clear over there to the west, which is where the pigeons are going to be coming from. The race pigeons, that is. Come on then, come on, come on. Definitely scaredy cats. As forecast, the weather's cleared up quite nicely. Beautiful. Here's a pigeon. Come back out of the south. There it is. Come on then. Come on then. Come on. Come on then. Come on then. That first pigeon came down reasonably well, but not great. It timed in okay after 2 hours and 3 minutes on the wing, and a velocity of 1277. Well, that's my first race flown. I didn't do so good with that first bird. It was about 6 or 7 minutes off the pace, but on a positive note, the returns were good. This west route we're flying, it's been notorious the last 10 or 12 years for bad returns, particularly in these early couple of races. But I was lucky enough to get 24 out of 30 on the day, and I ended up with 29 out of 30. So they live to fight again another day. Next week's another race.